Both fighters touch gloves and we are off.
What we've seen out of Vigil previously is really good wrestling skills. Sharp stand-up, but he tends to rely on his wrestling and does exactly that with the single leg into the cage. But Alexander, good job getting back up, looking for the guillotine. The Vigil escapes.
JR, I thought the cage was going to fall apart there with that body slam up against the fence, but we can see now that it's going to hold up at least with 145-pound fighters. And they go down to the ground now, and it's Mitchell Alexander now that works open guard against Matt Vigil.
Yeah, it looked to me like Alexander actually kind of pulled guard there. Vigil did have a leg tied up, but it seemed to me like Alexander wanted this on the ground, so maybe that's where he's got a little bit more experience. But I'll tell you, with Vigil's wrestling background, I don't know if that's somebody I'd want on top of me.
Good point, JR. It is the wrestling prowess of Matt Vigil that seems to win him many a fight, and now he has Mitchell Alexander in a place that he doesn't want to be, up against the fence. Looked like an inadvertent headbutt there by Matt Vigil.
Yeah, some good striking there by Vigil from the top, but I'm impressed by Alexander's quickness and mobility off of his back so far. Vigil trying to pressure him up against the cage, rather Alexander being wise to it, keeping himself sideways to the cage, or at least trying to do so.
JR, Mitchell Alexander trains at the sister school of the House of Martial Arts, which is Innovative Martial Arts, and we get a chance to see him from time to time here in Denver. And Mitchell Alexander, for a 38-year-old that just took up the sport about 6 months ago, is about as tough as you're going to see.
And showing some good skills off of his back. He's taking a few shots, but he's being real mobile here. He's getting himself back up. He was able to go all the way back to standing earlier. Let's see if he can do the same here. Good knee there by Vigil, throwing him to the body nice and hard. Vigil showing those wrestling skills. Got a full body lock and taking the back now.
One hook in by Matt Vigil. Now he's trying to pull Mitchell Alexander over. Now he could have a body triangle, and now he's trying to work underneath the chin of Mitchell Alexander, and Alexander could be in trouble here.
Yeah, good job by Alexander defending, trying to turn in. He's got 2-on-1, hand-on wrist control. Gets out of a tough position, but again, it's the wrestling skills of Vigil that continue to impress.
And Mitchell Alexander knew this going into the fight, and he said that was the one thing he was going to try to avoid was the wrestling skills of Matt Vigil. And Vigil has done just what you said, JR. Worked that, and we will get through the first round. 10-second signal there from right here, kick down 50. Steve Alley and JR Gordon. Out to start this second round. J.R. Gordon, a round that I believe that Matt Vigil would have clearly won on the judges' scorecard.
Yeah, pretty easy call for the judges there. Mitchell Alexander looked really comfortable on the ground, but I don't know if he's going to want to try to get back down there again. And Vigil, we know where he wants this fight.
And now we see stand-up and a good overhand left hook combo by Vigil, and now he takes out.
Yeah, Vigil once again got this fight where he wants it. Mitchell Alexander going to try to worm his way out of there, work his way back to standing like we've seen him do before. A really, really nice top control by Vigil. He's trying to isolate an arm, which is going to give him a little better shot at some ground and pound, but Alexander doing a good job getting full guard.
We haven't seen the submission attempts by Mitchell Alexander. I expected them to come. He has trained with some very, very good fighters in the area, JR. Not to mention Tom Johnson, Andre De Villiers, Luke Holdorf, Jack Johnson, and a host of others. But it's really Vigil that has kept the pace of this fight and continues from right where he started.
Well, you can tell with Alexander that he's comfortable on the ground. He's doing a good job of not taking a whole lot of punishment off of his back. So obviously he's got some decent skills there, but it's the wrestling skills of Vigil that are just really proven to be supreme here. He's able to keep this fight where he wants it, and even though he's not landing super significant shots, he's peppering away, and the judges have to give this to Vigil so far. And go ahead, Steve.
Mitchell Alexander blocked a shot to the head attempt by Matt Vigil, but then he ate one on the next exchange, and now they work. And once again, JR, Mitchell Alexander in a bad spot up against the fence.
Yeah, he wants to take it somewhere different from here, but Matt Vigil obviously has some other ideas for how this evening is going to go. Vigil with that experience advantage that we talked about, and I think that's what's showing through here a little bit, is he's calm, he's patient, he knows where he wants it to be, he's got himself in a comfortable position, and he knows that he can just keep going right here. Although Alexander isolating an arm now, trying to set something up off the bottom.
I expected that Mitchell Alexander would try to set up maybe a triangle or something, and now they are stood right back up.
Good sportsmanship there, Vigil actually helping Alexander up off the mat. You like to see that with these combatants. A little bit of blood on the right cheek of Alexander, but nothing near the eye, so we're not going to have anybody, we're rather not going to have the referee step in and take a look at that. Shouldn't really be a factor, even if he's on his back. Both these guys calm and patient. Alexander very wary of the takedown. Only 10 seconds left here. If Vigil can get another takedown, he's really going to have this fight secure going into round number 3.
Second round in the books. We will return right here in Denver for the third and final round. Mitchell Alexander and Matt Vigil. Seconds out to start the third and final round. JR, I made reference earlier this evening that in Colorado, if a fight goes to a draw in an elimination bout, they retally and ask the judges who they feel might have been the victor, and that's how they win. There is no overtime in an elimination bout as we start this third and final round.
Elimination being any non-professional bout in Colorado. And again, Vigil with the takedown, trying to press Alexander up against cage. Alexander doing a good job this time of not having his head against the cage, but Vigil able to get side control here. Looks like he's going to be content to do just what he did through rounds 1 and 2, which is stay on top and pepper away.
Earlier in the week, I spoke with Mitchell Alexander, and he fought off this bug that has been going around probably the country, and he felt a little sick, but he still was ready to fight. And I don't know if that fatigue has cost him in this fight. He just doesn't look like the same fighter we've seen in the past. So JR, it's got to be the prowess of Vigil, who has pretty much squashed everything that Alexander could have thrown at him tonight.
Well, we've seen this out of Vigil before. With 5 fights, he's got coming up to a decent amount of experience, and we've seen him just maintain control as far as positional dominance goes in the majority of his fights. So this is exactly what we expected out of Vigil, and Alexander so far just not able to thwart the wrestling of Vigil.
Wouldn't you think that Matt Vigil, we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but don't you think that Matt Vigil, with a victory here, would position himself right in the thick of things in the featherweight amateur division right here at the kickdown?
Good call on that, Steve. He's going to have a record well over 500 at 4-2 if he comes out of this with the win, and definitely he's going to be lining himself for a shot at the title. Be a great thing to have on his resume if he wants to continue fighting, maybe take his career into the professional division. So far, Alexander's still very, very mobile off of his back. Good hips, just not able to effect a sweeper and escape so far.
Mitchell Alexander looks like he could try to set up a submission attempt, but they're right up against the cage of combat fence right here at the kickdown, and it's Vigil who lands a shot to the ribs of Mitchell Alexander.
And the shots that Vigil are starting to land, starting to show a little bit of a toll on the face of Alexander. Bridge of his nose bloodied up a little bit. Vigil not looking to pass guard or set up any submissions here. He seems to be really content with just continuing to pepper away with those shots. And you know the judges are giving him the fight so far. Alexander momentarily feet on hips there, but Vigil again closes in, keeping it right where he wants it and trying to secure some back control here. Got one hook in.
10 seconds left in this fight, and this fight will go to the judges' scorecards, where it would appear that Matt Vigil will get the nod from the judges right here in Denver.